Hey friends, today I'm bringing you another review. This one is the Baltic GMT. I think I've owned this watch for over a year, maybe 2 years now. I absolutely love this watch. It's been my daily watch for a long time now. So without further ado, these are the best things I like about the Baltic GMT. So number one is definitely the high contrast legible dial. I absolutely love the colors. The dial itself is a very glossy black with white indices. That's also glossy with a nice lume. I love the typeface on the dial and also on the bezel. It's got that very vintage, avant-garde look to it. The domed crystal also adds a lot to the vintage look of the watch. And over time, it really grew on me, and I really like the double domed crystal. Oh, and the bracelet is amazing. I got the Beats of Rights bracelet with this watch. It's simply amazing. It's so soft, and the links really curve around my wrist. The clasp even has a 6-point Merkle adjust, which makes it perfect. Now for the cons. Well, this GMT is an office GMT, so it's not a traveler's GMT, so to say. So what that means is when you adjust the hour and minute hands, the GMT hand adjusts with it. So the GMT hand is sort of linked to the local hands. And the only way you can change the GMT hand is if you put the crown in the secondary position and you adjust that GMT hand separately. But over time, I've adapted a lazy behavior, and it actually works quite well for me. So the lazy method that I've adopted is to fix the GMT hand to the local time, and I use the bezel instead to change the secondary time zone. So for me, I don't really need to track 3 separate time zones, so 2 time zones are enough for me. As for example, here I'm setting the GMT hand to my local time, which is 10 a.m. And then I use a bezel to set my secondary time zone. So here I'm setting it to my hometown in Hong Kong, which is 15 hours ahead. See, it's that simple. So when I'm traveling, I simply adjust the hour and minute hands to the local time zone, and then I'll just use the bezel to adjust to my secondary time. Speaking of the bezel ring is also quite stiff, especially when I first got the watch. I thought something was wrong with the watch because the bezel was so stiff I could barely move it. But the good thing is over time it got a bit smoother, but still it is quite a bit difficult to turn to this day. So the third thing I don't like about this watch is the accuracy. So this watch uses the Soprod C125 movement. It has a 4 Hz frequency, which is nice. The second hand moves very smoothly. The power reserve is rated at 42 hours, but from my experience, I get a bit less than that. The accuracy, though, is 15 seconds per day, which is quite a bit, in my opinion, because I'd have to adjust the minute hand every 3 or 4 days when I notice it to be faster than like a minute or so. And lastly, the thing that triggers me the most is the case back. So when I first got the watch, I was really hyped because it's got that really cool case back with the Northern Hemisphere as a map on the back, and it maps out all the different time zones. But the thing is, when I got the watch, I realized the map doesn't actually map to the cities that are on the outer ring in the case back. So this map is actually completely useless, and you wouldn't be able to tell the time zone if you look at this map. So what I think happened is that whoever designed the case back, they messed up, and the map is completely flipped. So The really easy fix is to simply flip the map, and it would match the time zones. But unfortunately, I'm not sure if they actually fixed this yet. But yeah, if you really care about maps and the time zone, then like me, you'd get pretty triggered by this. Well, in conclusion, I absolutely love the Baltic GMT. It's been a staple. Nowadays, I've moved to the other side of the world, so I've been mainly using the GMT function to track my hometown, so I know what my friends and family's time is. I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks, and I'll catch you next time.